Hello, language explorers. It's me, Anne, from Walk a Day English, where we provide daily walk themes combined with English language learning. If you are new to Wade, check out our welcome video to see how it all works. Today, we're taking a walk through our city spaces, noticing the urban elements that guide our behavior, and using these real-life examples to improve our English spelling, especially for simple present verbs and nouns. If you want to make your English spelling stronger while learning from your surroundings, you're in the perfect place. As we walk, let's look at the vocabulary all around us. Think about what you see: stop signs, benches, traffic lights, fences, and even trash bins. Try to name each item in English and use these words in your journal entry later. Building your vocabulary from what you actually see makes your learning personal and memorable, and you'll be surprised how many new words you can collect in just one walk. Now, let's focus on some simple but important spelling rules for the present tense verbs and plural nouns. So we're going to look at 4 patterns today. So the first pattern is just a simple irregular verb form. So we have 2 here, and the one we'll look at first is go and goes. So I go shopping, you go shopping, he goes shopping. The other irregular verb that has that es on the end is do will become does. I do the homework, you do the homework, she does the homework. So that's our first pattern. Our second pattern is if the verb or the noun end in an S, so a S sound, an SH, a sh sound, a CH, ch sound, an X, a X sound, or a Z. That is what we call that letter in Canada. We don't call it a Z. But in either case, it makes the Z sound. In these spelling situations, we will make the plural of the noun or the third person singular. We will add an I'm sorry, to each of those. So we have the word watch. So watch ends in a ch. It becomes watches. She watches the crossing signal. That's the verb form. We can also use watch in its noun form. So the small clock that we wear on our wrist. She wears 2 watches. Another example would be fix. Fix is a verb, ends in an X, so we'll add es. He fixes the car. And just one more noun version, so we have box. It also ends in an X, so we add the es. There are many boxes. That is the first 2 of our 4 spelling patterns. Let's take a look at the third. Our third spelling pattern for third person singular and noun spelling using the es is when our verb or noun end in a consonant plus y. In this case, we change the y to an I and add es. What does that look like? Let's take a look at the example. Study. D is a consonant, so we change the Y to an IES. The dog studies his face. Hurry. R is a consonant, followed by the Y, so we drop it and add IES. He hurries to work. Here's an example using a noun to do this pattern. So party. T is a consonant, followed by Y. We change the Y to an I and add ES. The club has parties every Friday night. Now, this fourth pattern looks similar to the third, but there's one small difference. So if the noun or the verb ends in a vowel plus Y, we're simply adding an S. So for example, play. A is a vowel, so we do not change the Y, we just add S. She plays baseball. These 4 rules help you spell words correctly as you describe what you see and do on your walk. You can download today's PDF guide linked in the description. All this information and some journaling questions are there to guide you through today's walk and journal entry so you can practice and remember what you learn right away. Before we take a look at my journal entry where I share my thoughts about hostile architecture and other urban elements, this is the part of the video where I encourage you to practice your speaking by shadowing what I say. If you are new to shadowing, check out my welcome video. Shadowing is a fantastic way to improve your pronunciation and rhythm. So listen closely and repeat after me as I describe what I see and spell some of today's tricky words. Give it a try and see how much your spelling and speaking improve. Let's go. What does hostile architecture mean to you? According to Wikipedia, it is an urban design strategy that uses elements to guide behavior. I don't really like the phrase hostile architecture. It sounds quite negative. This design element can be towards people and animals. I have seen companies place spikes on top of doorways or signs if they see that a bird goes up there. The spikes prevent them from making nests in these spaces and pooping on the building, or worse, the customers. These benches do not have backs, which makes them less comfortable for sitting. Some benches will have additional bars in the middle to prevent people from sleeping on them. This is also true for some public transportation seats, where the arms do not pull up. These seats are small and slanted. They are easy to sit on with your feet on the ground, but difficult to sleep on or sit on comfortably for long periods of time. Here we have a grate that is preventing people and animals from getting in. I didn't look to see what was under the grate, but I assume it is part of a venting system. Fences and gates are also used to prevent access to spaces under stairways or bridges. There are skate toppers on top of the stone tiles. The skate toppers prevent skateboarders from rolling their skateboards here. Not only is it a safety issue, but the skateboards cause damage and scratches to the tiles. It is easy to sit here for a short time, but it would be difficult for long periods of time, as there are no backs, unlike the bench in the background, which allows for a more relaxing sit. This elevated flower bed also has skate toppers. The use of flowers in this space does a good job to prevent unwanted behaviors, like dog walkers letting their dogs poop in this space. Other spaces use large planters or pieces of art to fill in spaces and keep people moving. One of our subway stations used to have classical music playing to reduce loitering, hanging out in a public space with no purpose. Studies show that when classical music plays in public spaces, people are less likely to hang out. An art mural does the same thing. People are less likely to vandalize a mural versus an unpainted wall. You've learned some great vocabulary and spelling rules today. Now it's your turn. Go for your own walk, notice the elements that guide your behavior, and use what you see to practice your spelling and writing in your journal entry. Every step you take and every word you spell brings you closer to confident English. Keep on exploring, language explorers. If you would like to get personalized feedback on your journal entry, become a Wade member by signing up on our website. Take a look at the next video for another great Walk a Day English language adventure. If you liked this video and would like to see more, click on the subscribe button. Until our next walk, stay safe and go explore your space, one word at a time.